Bling, Stretch Point by Shahireh Sharif. Well, son, my dad said the moment that I set foot in the kitchen. Well, what? I put the tray next to the dishwasher. I wanted to be left alone to get on with washing the glasses. Dad grinned. What do you think he has that you haven't? That arrogant jerk? You think he's worthy, don't you? It's nothing to do with what I think. Did you see his suit and the gold chain round his neck? You could never afford anything like that, even if you sell all that you own, including that junk car of yours, which you're so proud of. I took off my apron and threw it on the floor, leaving through the back door in such a hurry that I almost walked into Jeremiah. I left without saying anything to him or anyone else. I didn't want to go back. I especially didn't want to serve that nasty piece of shit who think he's someone because of his money. I hated his guts. Using his fancy jewelry and brand name clothes to impress Veronica. Putting prawns in Veronica's mouth with his gold-ringed fingers. Veronica should be smiling at me. I turned my mobile off and stayed in my car for a few hours alone. My hate rate keeping me company. Who would wear a gold chain on top of a tie anyway? I dreamt about hitting the jerk again. How much time would I have to serve if I beat him to death? His long and unsymmetrical jaw was so much more inviting than Jimmy's boxing club speedball. I punched the palm of my left hand with my right fist as I thought of my dad praising his suit and his chain. A straitjacket and chain was the only thing he deserved. I rolled up a cigarette. Finally, the crowd started coming out. Nearly all of them had parked in the venue's car park, which was visible from the rearview mirror. I had to focus to make sure I didn't miss the jerks every time a crowd walked out together, though his white suit would make him easy to spot. Finally, I saw him. He came out of the building alone. There were a few cars pretentious enough to be his, but he walked past them all. To my surprise, he walked out of the car park and continued walking along the road. I waited till he was far enough, then switched the engine on and followed him. He turned into the main road and stopped at a nearby bus stop. A bus came and he jumped on it. He got off the bus about an hour later and walked towards the cancel state. I parked my car and walked after him, maintaining a distance. I wasn't sure why I was following him. Was I just curious to find out what he wanted on this estate? He seemed to have arrived at his destination. I slowed down too. I had a long look at the chain round his neck. He looked back at me. Maybe he recognized me from the gallery? I carried on walking. A few minutes down the road, I turned back and got into my car. I rolled up another cigarette, and after inhaling a few deep puffs, rested my head on the headrest and closed my eyes. Suddenly it clicked. He was turning the chain around his finger. The chain looked too light and stretchy to be gold. I could have afforded his chain even without selling my car. I smiled, rolling up another cigarette.